Hi, welcome to the next in our series of short videos where we spend some time talking with previous participants and in this case, previous winners of the Captain's Table competition. I'm delighted today to be joined by Krassi Fotev of 13 Mary. 13 Mary won the Captain's Table 2021 competition, and I can tell you a lot about them, but I'd much prefer Krassi to do that for you. So please, Krassi, tell us a little bit about you and your business.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you for having me here. So, 13 Mari is a low-cost, innovative approach for reducing the vessel resistance known as drag, the energy use, and the resulting fuel consumption in commercial shipping or maritime. As a consequence of the reduced fuel consumption, the CO2 emissions are also being curtailed. It was a great pleasure to be part of the Captain's Table competition. My background is in physics, so when I initially observed the phenomena, I did not immediately think about application in maritime, but it came naturally after finding a partner to do research and to really see whether the structures that I observed are leading to a drag reduction. The partner was a recognized NATO and DAPA partner, namely the Bulgarian Ship Dynamics Center. And naturally, the conversation swung to maritime, and this is how we made the connection to saving fuels on big vessels.
Fantastic, and obviously, given the rising costs that we're seeing at the moment, not only is there the environmental element, and clearly that's linking to the IMO objectives, but also the cost saving for the operations side. So, I mean, perfect time to be looking at this. Fantastic. So, look, Krassi, tell us, if you don't mind, tell us what attracted you to the Captain's Table Innovation Competition to start with.
It's interesting. So, we were referred to the Captain's Table. This is how I heard of the Captain's Table, and the person who made the reference, he was also part of the competition. Okay. Which makes it even more interesting. We're looking forward to partner with iGauge on actually observing the savings of our product in natural environment, because we all know the differences in small percentage savings, considering the constantly varying ocean conditions, difficult to observe in practice. So after the introduction, after having a conversation with Rodion, and after this conversation, we decided to apply for the competition.
Fantastic, and so the relationship with iGauge was there before the Captain's Table competition, but has developed since being part of the competition?
It was before the Captain's Table competition. We met at an event, I believe, in Western Europe, in Belgium. Fantastic. I don't remember the name of the event. It wasn't a maritime event. It was a startup event. And we naturally had conversation over there.
Brilliant. I mean, that's so one of the real things we've seen over the last couple of years is the value of the collaborations that are coming out of coming into and coming out of the competition. It's great that you had that relationship, and obviously the relationship's continuing. So you entered the competition. Great. Tell us about your journey and your experiences from the sort of the submitting of the application, if you like, up to the finals. We'll talk about the finals separately in a minute.
Yeah. To be honest, I don't remember when the application was submitted and whether there were little annoyances, because typically there are little annoyances when applications get submitted. So in that regard, it must have been a smooth application.
Good. Well, we'll take that.
Yeah, if I don't remember anything negative about it.
Yeah.
Then really, it was interesting. It was encouraging seeing an email from Captain's Table about an interview. So we went through the interview. There were few additional questions after the interview. That was spot on. I remember one of the questions was not easy to answer as well, but we must have answered it okay. considering that we finally made it into the competition. Then really the work on the pitch and properly pitching the business began. Captain's Table brought mentors in who described very well what is important presenting the company on stage in the relatively short amount of time that we have for the pitch. As a matter of fact, the assistance that you, Chris, provided was also instrumental.
Thank you. And look, it's I really for the last few years since we started the competition, being involved through the boot camps has been incredibly rewarding as I see people come through it and come out the other side and develop. So yeah, no, thank you for that. And then obviously we had the finals. The finals we had hoped in 2021 we're going to be back in Hong Kong as a live finals. In part they were, and we had Su Yin and a team in Singapore, and I was with some people in London, and that worked quite nicely, but we still didn't get that real sense of getting people together. But actually it works brilliantly for you, and you came out the winner. Just tell me how that felt to have won last year's competition.
I liked how you relieved the pressure that is there presenting live. So the pitches were pre-recorded, which was nice. In my case, I'm not a native English speaker, so this was a great help, having the option to iterate over the recordings until finally that was something that was fitting into the allotted time slot and delivered all the key points of the pitch. So this was nice, and it worked in our favor. During the competition, it was unbelievably rewarding and pleasant to see CEOs of maritime companies being part of the audience, and judges as well. Then really the tough work began during the Q&A session. I don't remember all the questions that were asked, but they were very pointed toward the business and toward the practical applicability of the solution we have. So this was nice. Then winning, it was surprising. It was a pleasant surprise. Initially, I didn't believe, because there were other startups with solutions that I still believe might have won the competition.
Yeah, but congratulations again, because I think it was, certainly from talking to the judges afterwards, as we do, there was a real sense of belief in what you were doing. So, and that came out obviously because they crowned you the champion last year. So really pleased for that. And I like the comment you made about bringing in CEOs and others from the shipping sector. And one thing that we absolutely believe in for this competition is that it should be in partnership with the shipping sector and the maritime sector generally, because ultimately it's about us all working together to make it a better place in however you define better. So yeah, that was a great reflection, Krassi, thank you. So obviously that was almost this time last year, November 2021. Almost got my years wrong. I think the lag of the pandemic is forgetting maybe sometimes when happened what. So in 2021, tell me, sort of just summarize how the Captain's Table has helped you sort of to get your business to where you are today.
I don't believe that we'll be where we are without Captain's Table. Following the Captain's Table, there were inbound calls from maritime companies, and those maritime companies presently in the customer pipeline. And some of the companies are large, so having a real customer the size of those maritime companies is unbelievable. Then really the endorsement that came from the Captain's Table, especially winning the competition, was important for starting conversations with investors. It helped secure additional awards in the form of grants from the state of New Jersey, for instance. So Captain's Table has been a great enabler of 13 Mari. I don't believe that with no Captain's Table we'll be where we are. At the moment, we are executing on model tests, targeting a retrofit of a vessel in the Mediterranean. We're executing on installation protocol validation. We started manufacturing elements for the retrofit. None of those things would have happened without the Captain's Table. Indirectly, of course.
Yeah, that's fantastic to hear, Krassi. So therefore, my last question to you maybe is an obvious one then, is what would you say to any prospective competition entry for this year's Captain's Table competition?
One thing comes to mind: apply to the competition. I know it sounds cheesy, but this is all there is. I mean, without the application being submitted, Captain's Table wouldn't be able to review the application and eventually let you compete on stage.
Brilliant. Krassi, listen, thank you very much. We'll keep it short because we have a viewer base who appreciates quite succinct. So thank you for that. And on behalf of the Captain's Table, congratulations again on winning last year's competition. And I'm sure with us, we're looking forward to seeing where this competition takes us. Thanks again, Krassi. Nice to see you.
Thank you, Chris.